Welcome to the Spaceship Studio. I'm very excited to imagine the planets today and make them together. Let's start by pretending right now that this studio is a rocket ship. Ready? Count down with me. 3, 2, 1, blast off! Look all around. Can you use your imagination to pretend that you're in space with me? Whoa. It's so dark everywhere except for there's bright stars and I can see planets and whoa. Do you see the sun over there? It's the center of the whole solar system. It's huge. And it's the thing that everything else is orbiting around. Wow. I'm gonna see if I can reach out the window of my spaceship and get the supplies that we need to make our first solar system thing, the sun. Ready? Reach with me. Oh, pipe cleaners? Pom-poms? Let's do it. The first thing I'm gonna do is gather up all my pipe cleaners in my hand. Then, since the sun is very big, I'm gonna smash these together and wrap my pipe cleaners all the way around. Once they're all the way around, I'm gonna twist them together, kind of like a belt around the pom-poms. Pipe cleaners are really fuzzy on the outside, but they have wire inside, and that helps them bend and hold their shape so that we can attach them even without any glue. Once this is attached, we're gonna spread these pipe cleaners out over the whole pom-pom. Now, just take the tails of the other pipe cleaners and wind them around the pom-pom until it's mostly covered. You can wrap the ends underneath the pieces that are already secure. Just give them a little tuck and they'll stay right where you put them. The sun! Awesome. We made the sun. Do you know what's next? Let's look around. Oh, I see it. The first planet away from the sun. Do you know what it's called? It's a gray planet. The smallest one, Mercury. Let's make it. For Mercury, I'm using black, white, and silver. You could use gray or whatever colors you want. There's Mercury. I wonder what planet is next. Whoa! Oh, do you see it? It's right behind you. Venus, the brightest planet. Since Venus is the brightest planet, we're gonna use bright colors. I have gold and white and yellow, and I'm using a yellow pom-pom. There's Venus, so bright. Oh, it hurts my eyes. Next up, I know exactly which planet it is. You probably should too, because it's the planet that we're on, Earth! There it is over there. It's blue and green and beautiful. Earth has water and land on it, so some parts are gonna be green and some parts are gonna be blue. I'm gonna twist 2 green pipe cleaners into a pattern, like that. Then I'm gonna take that and wrap up my Earth with it. Earth! I wonder which planet is next. Oh, I see it out that window. It's bright red. Mars. Mars is the red planet, so I'm gonna use red pipe cleaners and a pink pom-pom because that's as close as I have. Mars. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. I wonder what's next. Whoa, do you see that? Jupiter. It's gotta be, because it's huge and there's a big red spot on it. Because Jupiter's so big, I'm gonna use a lot of pipe cleaners to cover it. Take your red pipe cleaner and just make a little circle with it and put it right on the surface of Jupiter. And there's your red spot. I am so excited to see the next planet in our imagination because I love it. It might be my favorite one because it has, oh, wow. It has all those rings. Saturn. The rings of Saturn are made up of ice and dust, but our rings are going to be made out of, you guessed it, pipe cleaners. Great. Saturn. Brr. It's getting cold in here. We're getting far away from the sun, so the planets and the solar system are getting colder. And we're about to see, yep, there it is, the coldest planet, Uranus. Uranus has a ring around it just like Saturn, except Uranus's rings are smaller. And, oh, Uranus is spinning on its side. We'll have to think about that when we make our planet. Uranus is a light blue planet. Then I'm gonna make another ring just like that. Wow, this is a long trip and we've gone very far away from the sun. In fact, we are to the last major planet of the solar system. Do you see it? Neptune. There it is. A cold, dark blue ice giant. Let's make it. Neptune. Hi friend, it's me, Kylie. I am so excited that you're here today because I made something awesome I want to show you. I made solar system finger puppets. Here's the sun and Mercury, who's one of my favorites because he just looks so fun. And, oh, Mars. You gotta see Saturn. You got to. Yeah, Saturn. I have them all. Do you want to see a puppet show? Okay, a puppet show is where you use puppets to act out a story. So I'm going to act out a story for you with these puppets called, The Day the Sun Played Games with the Planets. You excited? I am. Let's do it. Oh, hi. My name's Sun, and I have a very important job today. It's my job to make sure that all the planets stay out of trouble and entertained. I'm gonna do that by playing games with them. Will you help me? You will? Yes! Okay, here comes the first planet. Oh, hi, Sun. Oh, hi, Mercury. Meet my friend. Hello. Anyway, Sun, I just came to tell you that some of the planets are getting bored. Maybe you could come up with something for us to do? Yeah, sure. Bring some of them in here. Okay. What game do you have for us to play today, Sun? Oh, hi, this is Earth, Uranus, and Mercury. I think that today we could all play a game called, charades. Have you ever played charades before? Basically, you act out something, like maybe you would act out that you were a dog, and so you would go, ruff, 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 or you would like scratch behind your ear, but I mean, I don't have an ear.
or you would wag your body like you were wagging your tail, except I don't really have a body either. Oh goodness, maybe charades isn't that good of an idea. Okay, let's play, tag. You wanna play tag? Yeah, tag! Okay. You'll never catch me, Venus. I'm Jupiter, a fast tag. Oh, you got me. This is getting a little out of hand. I have a new idea. Okay, what? Have you guys ever played hide and seek? Yes, I have. Can I hide first? All right, how about you all hide and then me and my friend will find you. Sound good? Yay! Okay, all right. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here we come. Do you want to help the sun find the planets with me? Sun, would that work well for you? Awesome. Hey, while the sun and you and I are looking for the planets, I'm gonna also show you how to make these planet finger puppets for yourself. Would you love that? I would love it too. To the studio! Welcome to the studio. I'm all set to make our solar system finger puppets. Don't forget to look for them while we're crafting because they're still playing hide and seek. The first thing I'm gonna do is tell you what you need. You need some craft foam, pipe cleaners, scissors, googly eyes are a nice bonus, paint pens or Sharpies really help too, and I'm gonna stick mine together with some hot glue. You knew it was gonna make an appearance. All right, let's get crafting. I'm gonna start with the planet Mercury. I'm using gray foam for this. And the first thing I'm gonna do is to trace a circle. I'm gonna use the bottom of this paint container and a Sharpie to do that. Now, cut it out. Now, because I cut 2 pieces at once, I have 2 identical gray circles. What? I see you over there. Now I'm going to take a pipe cleaner. I choose white, you can choose whatever color you want, and wrap it around my finger. This is what's gonna hold it in place, like this. What's nice about using pipe cleaners for this is you can change it. So if you're playing and maybe your hands are littler, but then you decide to play with someone with bigger hands, they can just rewrap it and it'll fit around their hand too. Cool. So I made an extra little curl at the end of my pipe cleaner, and then I'm gonna use hot glue to attach it to the bottom of my foam. Now I'm just gonna use some little puddles of hot glue all around, boop, 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 like that, and attach my back. Oh, perfect. I'm gonna finish these steps for all of the planets, and then we'll decorate their little faces. Hey! I see you. All right, they're all ready to decorate. Here's the sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Awesome.
So I'm gonna start decorating these by adding some details to the surface, the background of the planet puppet. So for Mercury, for example, because Mercury doesn't have any atmosphere, that means that anything that's flying from outer space, an asteroid, whatever, when it hits Mercury, it causes a big explosion. Oh, Mercury, it's okay, you're okay. I'll catch up with them later. And makes a crater in Mercury. So there's lots of little craters and holes on Mercury. So we're going to just use some Sharpies, some paint markers, and add some of those little details. I'm using black foam for the mouths of my planets and googly eyes for their eyes. There we go. Mercury. Now you know how to make your very own solar system figure puppets. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Cool. Did you find some of the planets while they were playing hide and seek while we were crafting? I did too. Hi everybody, I have a special guest in my studio today and his name is Dax! Dax and I are going to be playing with Perler beads today. Perler beads. Have you ever done Perler beads before? Have you?
No.
I haven't either. Well, not for a long time. Maybe when I was a little girl. So Perler beads are these little plastic beads. Look, they come in all these colors. And then you get these little trays that have little spikes. Ow, ow, ow. Just kidding. They don't really hurt that much, do they? So what you do is you put the beads on each spike. So you make your design on these and then you use a hot iron, and the grown-up's gonna use that, right? And you put some wax paper over the top of your whole creation, you iron it down, and it melts together into one piece. So all these little pieces that you put on your board, we're gonna melt together into one piece. What are you gonna make, Dax?
I'm gonna make a basketball.
Okay, I'm gonna make a solar system. Do you think it's a good idea? You're making a basketball?
Mm-hmm.
It's a cool idea. Do you like doing this so far? Is it kind of hard with your fingers to get them where you want them?
No.
No? All right.
Mercury.
Yeah, this is a project that takes a long time, but I kind of like it. It's like kind of like putting a puzzle together, but a puzzle that you are creating.
Mm-hmm. And then comes together and it stays together.
I know, it's so cool. I like making art with you.
I do too.
I like making art with you too.
Do you want to make one of these?
What do you think that will be?
Is it a dinosaur?
It could be a dinosaur. I thought I saw something else when I looked at it.
What?
Can you guess?
A turtle.
A turtle, that's what I thought it was.
When you try to put the other ones fall down.
I know. It's like dominoes.
Uh-huh.
You have to really concentrate. What does concentrate mean? Do you know?
Try your best.
Try your best. Are you doing Perler trick shots?
This guy just did a somersault.
Whoa, do you know how to do a somersault?
Yeah.
Do you know how to do a somersault? Question, do you think that I know how to do a somersault?
See you?
What do you think?
Yes.
Ah, I do. What do you think about Perler beads so far?
Hard.
Kind of hard. Is it fun?
Yeah.
Hard and fun.
The hard part is when they do this.
Yeah, when they go on their side. You see what I'm seeing?
What?
What's special about these purple sparkles? I didn't know they made sparkly ones.
What?
When we make our turtle, should we make them with a sparkly purple shell?
No.
Oh.
You can make outer space.
Oh, what planet should I use those for?
Neptune.
Neptune. We're so close. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 left. 3 left. 2 left. Here, I'll put in this one. You can put in the very last one. 1 left. Whoa, we did it! The directions say, place pegboard, oh, that's what this is called, a pegboard, because it has pegs, on a flat surface, okay? Set iron to medium. Place ironing paper over the beads and the pegboard using a circular motion. What's a circular motion? Iron for about 10 to 20 seconds, okay? So now we need to count to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right.
Let's take it off.
Okay, do you want to peel this off? Okay. This is still a little hot, so. What? It's still hot, so I need you to wait for it to cool down. Don't touch it yet, it's hot. Wow, that looks amazing. What do you think?
Good.
Good. Whoa. You wanna touch it? It's a little hot. Let's see my son. Let's see my son. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Dax, you want to come here for the big reveal? What do you think?
Good.
The sun.
Mercury. Venus.
All of our Perler bead planets are now finished. Are you excited to see the final product? I am. Okay, let's see. We have, we have Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Oh, and we can't forget the mysterious planet Basketball that lives somewhere in another galaxy up there. It is amazing to me how all these little pieces came together to create these big pieces. And that's one of my favorite things about the solar system. Each planet, each piece of the solar system, each little speck of dust, every little rock, every person comes together to be part of something so much bigger than just themselves, than just their little piece. But we need every little piece of the solar system to do its part. Otherwise, it's not a system anymore, is it? That means that every planet, even though it's different, matters. And every one of us, even though we're different, we matter too. I love making art with you, and I love when you hang out with me. It's the best. Coming up on Kylee Makes It. Ever wish you could look out your window and see all the planets right there in the sky any time of day? Me too. Let's make it.
Kylee makes it.
Hi friends, it's me, Kylee. I am so glad you're here at the purple chair with me today. I'm not quite sure what we're gonna make. I've just been sitting here looking at the beautiful sun. It's peeking through the clouds every once in a while. You know what we make a lot of at the Kylee Makes It studio is planets and the solar system. We make those because my son, Dax, he loves the solar system. But to tell you the truth, so do I. I love it so much. I wish that you could see all the planets with just your eyes, just right when you looked out the window. Wouldn't that be amazing? I have an idea. Oh, I can't believe I've never thought of this before when we were making solar system crafts. Do you want to make a solar system sun catcher with me? Do you know what a sun catcher is? It's something that you put on your window and the sun shines through it and like lights it up. So number one, it looks cool. And number two, we would have a little bit of the solar system right here without a telescope. Want to make it with me? Let's do it. To the studio! Welcome to the studio. Are you ready to make a sun-catching solar system? I know I am. This craft is so cool and so fun. Here's what you need. Coffee filters, washable markers, something to cover your table, and a little extra paper makes a really cool bonus project, and water in a squirt bottle. That's it. The first thing I'm gonna do is cut my coffee filters to the different sizes of the sun and all of the planets. Boop. Let's start with the sun. The first step to this project is to use a washable marker. It does not need to be this big, I just really like these big markers, and color your coffee filter however you want. Doesn't really matter how you put it on, but you will get different effects depending on how you put it on. Sun, done. Next, Mercury, the smallest planet. Venus. Earth. Mars is next. Jupiter. Saturn. I'm also going to use one of these rings from when I cut it out as the rings for Saturn. Uranus. And the last major planet, Neptune. All of my coloring is done. Now comes the super fun part. I'm gonna put a piece of paper down underneath my coffee filter. And then I'm gonna spray it with some water. Ready? Do you see how the colors start to move as they get wet? There are 2 words we can learn about how this process is working. Number 1, the ink in the marker is something called water soluble. That means that the pigments, when they get in water, melt into the water. The next word we can learn is the word diffuse. Diffuse means that when it gets wet, the color and the pigment and the water seep or spread into the areas of the filter that didn't have any color on them before. They diffuse, they spread out, and we are left with this masterpiece. Now, The sun catcher part is going to be the filter. So let's peel that off. Once this dries, we'll be able to put it in the window and the sun will shine through it in this amazing way. And I told you there would be some bonus art, didn't I? When the color diffused, the ink that was soluble in the water got on to this piece of cardstock. And we got 2 pieces of art for the price of 1. Let's do the rest of the planets. Our solar system paintings are dry and they are so cool. Look, the sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth. I like how swirly that one looks. Mars, Jupiter, Saturn with its pretty rings. Whoa, almost lost its rings. Get on there. Okay. Uranus and Neptune. And look at these other paintings we got, just extra ones. Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. I love how that looks around the edges, don't you? Jupiter, Saturn, whoa! Uranus and Neptune. I came up with a plan for these while these were drying. You're gonna have to wait to hear it. Another idea I had while these were drying was to try some gloss spray paint on them. I did try it on Neptune. This clear gloss spray made Neptune a little crunchier. If I just touch it, this is kind of soft, and this got kind of a slippery surface on it. It's also shinier when I look at it, and it's more stiff. It doesn't flop so much. I like what that did, so I decided that I'm gonna spray all of my planets with this clear gloss. If you don't wanna do this part, that's totally fine. This craft will still look amazing, just something new that I wanted to try. I'm gonna spray them, and then we're gonna let them dry. Let's do it. If you decide to do this step, remember, spray paint smells really strong, so you want to make sure that you do this outside or with a lot of windows and fans on, ventilation. As our planets dry, I'm gonna work on my last step for these sun catchers. And I'm going to use this stuff, this extra art, which was just paper underneath this when we painted it. I love it. I decided that I'm going to cut these into frames that will frame up these sun catcher planets. Boom. And then I'm gonna cut out the middle. Look how awesome that looks. Now I just need to glue this piece of paper onto the coffee filter. Isn't it cool? Now I'm just going to punch a hole in the frame part, tie some string to it. And this will be ready to hang in my window. I can't wait until those are dry so we can put them all together. We're ready to put them in our window. Let's go to the purple chair. Turned out so amazing, don't you? All the planets right outside of my window. I can almost imagine them dancing through space. I love how the light just makes these shine. Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. I had so much fun making this craft with you. I'm serious. It was awesome. And I love how it turned out.
Oh, there it is. The gas giants are too heavy. Jupiter is too heavy. Earth is the only planet that has life on it. Where is the sun? Venus.
What do you think about your Christmas tree?
Good. And I decorated one more thing.
What else are you gonna make?
The sun. I'm making a sun on the top of the tree. Because the sun is a star. I'm making it bigger. It's a super yellow and orange hot star. Is this going down? Rockets. Ah! Did you forgot somebody?
Who did I forget?
Pluto and the moon.
Coming up on Kylee Makes It,
Go put it in my room.
we talk about traditions and make some planet ornaments.
Kylee makes it.
Hi, it's me, Kylie, and I'm so excited you're here because today, my friend, there's something in the maker box. I love the maker box. Oh. Huh. It's these like marbly things on some sort of wire? What's this? A battery pack. A battery pack! How many batteries would we need to put into this pack? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 3 batteries. Maker box, you really take care of us. All right, let's see. Each battery has 2 different sides. There's a side with a little bump. That's called the positive end of the battery, and bloop, 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 there's a side that is flat, and that's called the negative end. If you look at a battery pack, there's a little spring, boing, boing, and that is where the negative end goes. Ready to put them in? Okay, let's see. Spring, negative. 1. Spring is up here, negative right here, okay. 2, and then spring, negative, okay. 3. Oh, we need to turn it on. Okay. What do you think is going to happen when the power from these batteries goes to these marbles? Only one way to find out for sure. Whoa! They light up, as I suspected. These are not normal marbles, and this is not a normal wire. These are lights, and this wire helps bring the electricity to them. That's amazing. Have you ever seen anything like this? It reminds me of a tradition that my family has. Your family or friends probably have some traditions too. These remind me of Christmas trees, which is a tradition my family has. Every year in December, we put up Christmas trees in our house. And last year, we let Dax pick out his very own Christmas tree for his bedroom, a little one, and he got to keep it in there all season. He got to decorate it however he wanted. I have an idea. What if this year we made some very special ornaments for Dax's tree? If you've been watching this show before, what is something that Dax loves that would make incredible hanging ornaments that would go wonderfully with this marbly lights on a Christmas tree? Planets. What if you and I went to the studio and made solar system ornaments? That would be so cool. And you can use these even if you're not decorating a Christmas tree. You could hang them from the ceiling. You could hang them from your bed. You could hang them from your ears as very fancy earrings. I don't know, but let's go. Come on. All right. I dug out Dax's old Christmas tree, which it's awesome because it looks very galactic, doesn't it? It's all shiny and silver like space. I'm gonna floof it out a little. One of our traditions that we have when we put our Christmas tree up is we listen to Christmas music. I wonder if in any of the traditions your family has, music is an important part. That looks great. All right, let's put our lights on. One of my favorite things about having traditions is that when you do something every year or every week or whatever, you get all of these memories, like these really good stories too. For example, when I was a little girl, the family I grew up in, we also put up Christmas trees. That was also part of my family's tradition. And we lived in this house with a very, very high ceiling. And so at my dad's house, we used to go get the biggest, tallest tree out of the woods and cut it down. So we'd put it up, and then we put the lights on and ornaments. But I remember one year we had cats. I had a pet cat. His name was Kissy. And Kissy decided that he wanted to climb the Christmas tree in our living room. And so he went right up the trunk and he almost knocked it down. And so every year after that, it became a tradition to tie our very tall Christmas tree to the rafters so it wouldn't fall over if my cat climbed it. Do you have any stories from traditions you've had with your family or friends? It's good to remember that sometimes it's the things that go wrong during our traditions that make the best stories and memories later. Like, the cat almost knocking over the Christmas tree was a little at the time, but now it's one of my best memories. Funny, right? All right, we got our lights on. Our tree is looking real cool. I'm gonna put it aside so that we can start to paint our solar system. For our solar system today, I found these really cool plastic ornaments that come in half. So even if Christmas isn't part of your tradition, around Christmas time is a great time to shop for this craft because these are everywhere. One thing I like about them is that they come in half so we can paint them separately and then put them together and hang them on our tree. So excited. Let's get our paint out. My palette is all loaded up and it's time to start painting. Look at all these colors I put on here. We have yellow, orange, red, purple, blue, light blue, dark blue, green, gray, silver, which is a metallic paint. It looks really shiny, white, brown, and black. And we'll be mixing these up to get different variations as we paint. I cannot wait. I have all the sizes that we need for each of the planets right here. Where should we start? Maybe at the beginning. Mercury is the smallest planet. It's gray and rocky. So we'll probably be using these colors over here to paint Mercury. One thing that's kind of fun about painting this way is we're painting kind of backwards. Usually we put a base coat down and then we add layers on top of that, adding our details at the very end. Because these are clear, we're going to start with our details and work backwards. So the side we see when we're painting is actually going to be the back. What we put down first is what's going to show through the plastic. Let me give you an example. I am going to start by painting some craters. I'm going to use gray, but make it a little bit darker by adding black. That's called making a shade. Now, I'm going to go in and paint some craters on Mercury. Oh yeah, that's looking awesome. All right. Now I'm going to add some high spots by using my metallic silvery paint. Do you see how it's coming through on this side? My first layer of Mercury's details need to dry before I put on my next layer. So let's move on to the next planet, Venus. Dax taught me the other day that it rains acid on Venus. Acid rain. Ugh. Looks cool, right? Venus. I'm gonna make a lighter yellow by mixing white and yellow together. This is called making a tint of yellow. You see how it looks a little bit different? All right, there's our first coat for Venus. Next up, do you know the third planet from the sun? Earth. When you look at it from outer space, I mean, I've never done that personally, I've just looked at pictures, you can kind of see some clouds swirling over the whole thing. So we're gonna actually start with our clouds, because that's what's gonna be on the outside. We have to start with our outside details. We'll start with some white and just swirl it around like this every once in a while. All right, we'll wait on these for our next coat. Next up, Mars, a rocky red planet. Mars looks red because there's a lot of iron in the dirt. I'm gonna take red and mix in a little bit of this brown. Oh yeah. I'm gonna use my brush like this to make a texture that looks kind of bumpy. That's my first coat for Mars. Next is the biggest planet, so the biggest ornament, Jupiter. One of my favorite things about painting the planets is painting Jupiter's big red spot. I don't know why, I just always really like that part. Red spot. Now I'm gonna mix up different shades where we add black and tints where we add white to this brown to make different values of brown for our planet Jupiter. Jupiter. Do you know what planet's next? I'll give you a hint. It has rings on it. Not rings for your fingers, rings for the planet. It's Saturn. So I'm gonna start with a tint. Do you remember how we make a tint? White. White and the color. All right, so we got a light yellow. And then I'm going to add some light brown, the tint of the brown to my yellow. This is gonna make a whole new color, which I really like. Kind of a sandy color. Ooh, I like how that looks when you spin it. Next up is the planet Uranus. Uranus is a light blue and it's really smooth. That's because it's an ice giant. So cold. It's not real bumpy, it's really smooth. So we're gonna make a light blue or just use this light blue that I got from the bottle. Because it's so smooth, we don't really need a lot of details on Uranus. We're just gonna fill it up. And same with Neptune, except Neptune is dark blue. Neptune is the last major planet in our solar system. Our detail layer is still drying, so while we wait, I'm gonna cut some embroidery floss, which is what this is called, to use as the hanging part on my ornament. Christmas tree, would you hold these, please? Thank you. I think we're ready to move to phase 2. Now that we have our detail layer done, we can go in with our base layer. See how it's kind of backwards from normal? So I'm just gonna take this regular gray and paint the base layer over the top of our detail layer. And look, you can still see our details even though I'm painting over the top of it. See? Because Mars is pretty rocky, I'm gonna make a shade, add black, to this gray again. And I'm actually gonna go in like this with my brush and make some more rocky texture in there. See that? When that dries, we'll add one more base layer and I think Mercury will be done. Venus is looking awesome. I'm gonna go add just one coat inside of white. See the difference when I added that white? Ah, I love that. Time for Earth. We got our clouds in and they're dry. Now we need to add our land and then our water. You can get very exact about the land masses on Earth. If you want to, you could look at a globe or a global map. I'm just kind of gonna go abstract today, which abstract means it's based on a real thing, but it doesn't look super realistic. So I'm just gonna kind of put in blobs of Earth. But if you wanted to put in the exact continents, you go. I'm just gonna go like this. Blah, 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 blah. See how the clouds still show up, even though we're painting green right over the top? Love it. For Mars, I'm just going to put in another layer of our bright red. Because remember, we made that shade for the bumpy parts. And then we can still see our bumpy parts, and it's getting brighter and brighter red. Mars. Jupiter. Look, I got a red spot on me just like Jupiter when I was painting Mars. For Jupiter, I'm actually going to use this kind of sandy color that we made for Saturn and just finish up these stripes. Oh yeah, that looks great. Let's put it together. I can't wait. Wow. Because the paint is on the inside, the outside is all shiny and perfectly smooth. Can't wait for you to dry. Saturn. We're gonna make a tint of our brown and add more yellow. We're just gonna make it a little bit darker than what we did last time. All right. The sound effects really help when you paint. Hey Uranus, get over here. All right, we're just gonna do another coat of this light blue. These last planets don't have a lot of details, so we just need to put some more paint on there to make it more opaque. Opaque just means how much you can see through it. So, for example, right now, Earth is pretty transparent, which is the opposite of opaque. But the more paint we add, the more opaque it is. Can you see the difference? There's not as much light getting through. Opaque, transparent. Neptune, last planet, dark blue. Let's do it. Look at that. A perfect blue planet. Cool. All right, as those dry, I'm just gonna go back and add the final coats on a couple of these earlier ones. Let's see, Mercury, Earth, and I think Mars needed another coat. Are they dry? Are they ready? Are you dry? Are you ready? All right, the planet ornaments are all painted. It's time to put them together and put the strings on to hang them with. Whoa! I guess I got a little carried away when I was putting on the finishing details to the base coats. They're all mixed up. Well, will you help me put them together? Thanks. Okay, first up is the planet Mercury. It is small and gray. Here's one half of it. Can you find the other Mercury half? Here it is! All right, let's put them together and see the planet Mercury. Wow. Let's put the string on. Mercury. What do we need to find next? Mercury. Venus. Yellow. Do you see another yellow medium-sized planet? Oh! All right, let's check this out. Whoa. I think this might be my favorite one today because it's my favorite color. Yellow. Next is Earth. Blue and green, medium size. Here it is. Put them together. The planet Earth. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. Small, red. Here's one half. There you are, Mars. All right, here we go. Wow. Mars. Jupiter. The biggest. Easy. Bump. Saturn is next. All right, here's Saturn. But it's not done, is it? We need to make some rings for Saturn. I'm going to make them out of craft foam. Put one half of it on our paper. Trace it, which just means go around the edge. Cool. We can put this back together now. That will let you know how wide the opening needs to be to fit in the planet. So I'm going to cut about 1 inch wider than that for my rings. And then cut out the inside. Rings and all. Uranus is the light blue planet. Last but not least, Neptune. Would you look at these amazing ornaments? I think they look so cool. You want to try them on the tree? Or should we wait for Dax? Oh! Let's just try one. And then we will show them to Dax together when he gets home from school. Deal? Okay, which one do you want to try? How about Saturn? Amazing! I can't wait for Dax to decorate his tree this year. Let's go get him.
Oh, there it is. The gas tires are too heavy. Jupiter's too heavy. Earth is the only planet that has life on it. Where is the sun? Venus.
What do you think about your Christmas tree?
Good. And I decorated one more thing.
What else are you gonna make?
The sun. I'm making a sun on the top of the tree. Because the sun is a star. I'm making it bigger. It's a super yellow and orange hot star. Is this going down? Rockets and Did you forgot somebody?
Who did I forget?
Pluto and the moon. Let's go put it in my room.
Kylee Makes It.
Ta-da!
Hi, it's me, Kylie. Welcome to the studio. I am so excited you're here today because today we are making a planet poppet. That's right, with this simple do-it-yourself craft with easy to find materials, you can make your very own poppet and then have a planet pop quiz if you want. Let's make it.
We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. You made me feeling low, but we'll make our way back home, and I know we'll make it. 'Cause Kylee makes it.
The first thing we're gonna do is make the base for our poppet. So I am going to cut my paper plate right along this inside line. It's like they made it for me. Ta-da! Now I have a light cardboard circle. I'm gonna cut out one more out of another paper plate. Now I'm gonna make a template for my hole punch so that everything gets lined up exactly the same on everything that I cut. This is what this extra piece of paper is for. So I'm going to trace my circle and cut it out. How many major planets are in the solar system? Do you know? 8. 1 sun, 8 planets. So I'm gonna put the sun pop right in the middle and the 8 planets all the way around the edge. So I evenly space them out. I'm gonna fold my template into 8ths. First, I'm gonna fold it in half. This gives me 2 equal sides. If I fold that in half again, fold it into 4ths, do you have any guesses how many equal sections I'll have now? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What do you think will happen if I fold it in half again? This will be folding it into 8ths. Any guess how many equal sections I'll have now? 8. Now, I'm gonna take my hole punch and push it in as far as it will go onto my circle. Then I'm gonna center that crease in the little window of my punch. Awesome. I'm gonna take one of these little hole punches that we punched and line it up with the center. Then I'm gonna trace it and cut that out. Cool. Now, repeat. All the pieces for our base are cut. I have 2 spacey covers. We can get rid of our template now. And then the cardboard pieces. That will go on the top and bottom, like a little pop sandwich. Now for a super fun part. We get to make the pop, 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 pop part. This is a heat gun. It blows really hot air. You're gonna heat this up until you see the foam start to get a little shiny and curl a little bit. Then you're gonna put the foam over your ball and quick before it cools down, you're gonna put your tape over the whole thing like this. Once it cools down, it's going to keep that shape, which is gonna let us go pop, 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 pop once we get it all together. Cool, huh? Let's do it. Neptune, last one. Sweet. I have all of the pop parts done for my planets. Now I need to get my cardboard bases ready because it's time to glue them in. So I unplugged my heat gun and I plugged in my glue gun. Ready to make it! How we're gonna do this is I'm gonna put the sun in the middle. So I'm gonna start with a bead of hot glue around the circle. Then I'm gonna take my sun and poke it through. And then keep going. Ta-da! This is what the front looks like, and this is what the back looks like. Now I'm gonna glue this second cardboard piece onto the back. There we go. Look, it even pops. Time to add a little bit more details.
Mercury, Venus, Mars,
Now it's time to add our awesome galaxy background. Another one on the back. I made some flames for my sun. And then just for a last extra touch, I'm gonna cut some of this dark blue foam into narrow strips and hot glue it all the way around the edge. We did it! We made a planet poppet. We have the sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, planets. Do you think we should give Hash Brown the dog a pop quiz? I wonder how much he knows about planets. Only one way to find out. Let's do it. Hash Brown, are you ready for your pop quiz? All right. What planet is made of iron and so it looks red?
Mars? Yep.
What planet has a storm that's bigger than Earth?
Seriously, Hash Brown. Jupiter is right. How do you know all of this?
What's the closest planet to the sun?
Whoa, Mercury. You're right.
What planet do we live on?
Earth? You're right again.
What planet has the biggest ring system?
Saturn. Yep.
What planet is tilted on its side?
Did you pick Uranus? Hash Brown, you're a genius.
What's the last major planet in our solar system?
Neptune. Wow, Hash Brown, that's good.
What's the hottest planet, Hash Brown?
Venus? You're good at this. If you want to make more art with me, you know I want to make more art with you. Just search for Kylee Makes It. Kylee. That's me. See you soon.
Dax, earlier I gave Hash Brown a pop quiz in the planets. And I'm wondering if you want to do a pop quiz. Do you? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question and then you pop the planet that is the answer. Okay. Which thing in the solar system is not a planet, but is the very middle of the solar system?
Sun.
You're right. Okay, easy. Which planet is the very, very coldest? Oh, you picked two. Which two did you pick?
Uranus and Neptune.
Oh, cool. Okay,
They're both cold.
you're right. Which planet is called the planet of fire and ice?
Mercury.
Why is it called that? Do you know?
Because
It gets very hot and very cold, both, right? Cool. Which planet is the biggest? Oh, you picked two again.
Saturn and Jupiter.
Which one's the biggest of those two?
Jupiter.
Cool. Okay. Which planet has life on it?
Earth.
Nice. And which planet is the hottest? Venus and Mercury. Which one's the very, very hottest?
Venus.
You're right. And the last question, Dax Larson. Which planet has the largest ring system?
Saturn.
Poppet.
No. Give me a hint of Mars.
Mars. Okay, Mars. Which planet is made out of iron?
Mercury and Mars.
Ooh.